I should be streaming now. Or it takes, there's like a 10-second delay. So, if I don't start... Will you turn down your volume? There's like a 10-second delay. So... Turn down your volume, you dingus! Mikey says hello, so, welcome. Can you even see me? Maddie's in the background, being a dingus, so, wait, I got an idea. I'm turning off this bar light. Hold on. I got an idea. Hold on. You ready? You ready? No. Off. How does that look? Maddie's gonna be making fun of me.
Hi, Mikey. How are you?
Or should I, like, make these up into one pile, like, closer to me?
You can somewhat see your face now.
Okay, that's good. Good enough. Welcome. Frick. It's freaking dollar store. Me.
That's funny.
What?
Let's see your head, like...
Okay. Alright. So, we got spooky stories. And I got my drink. Well, okay. So since Mikey's here, I will let him pick. Do we tell ghost ghost experiences that I've personally had, or do you want me to look up a story?
Typing. Supernatural stuff. Up in here.
So like the real stuff or the fake stuff?
Yes, ghost X.
Oh, ghosts. Okay. So the actual like spooky ghosts. Okay. Well, I don't have good ambiance. All right. Ooh. I'll bring my candles closer to me. Maybe then I'll like burn my leg and then like I'll have a whole mood. All right. Now it's off center. I don't think that. There we go. That's a little bit more mirrored. So, I was gonna say it all started when I was young. Yeah, I've been really connected. I'm sorry, Mickey. She's looking at me drinking stuff and laughing. Okay. Ever since I was younger, I've been really connected to the paranormal. And like, I was gonna say no balls, that makes no sense. Like, it's so freaky how connected I am with the paranormal. When I was younger, there was like spirits that used to live in my house. Well, my old house, not this one. And there was this one ghost that, did you name it? He has an actual name, you doofus. His name's Carl. Okay.
Hi, Carl.
When the house that my parents live in, before it was owned by their best friend, was owned by this guy named Carl. And he lived there with his family. And he had a really sucky life. And one day he went to a Holiday Inn that doesn't exist anymore, went in the basement and hung himself. Or he hanged himself. And, like, whenever I'm at home, or I wasn't home, I'd hear, like, I'd be sitting in the basement all by myself, and I'd hear the front door open, shut, and then someone walk in. Like, it was distinct noises. What the fuck is wrong with you? I heard the door open and shut. Someone walk in. And I was like, oh, Mom's home. She probably got my McDonald's. So I scream up to the top of the stairs, hey, yo, Mom, you there? Nothing. So I go up there and nobody was there. It was empty. My house just it was like nobody was there. When I was a baby and I was in the crib, my aunt was watching me. And at one point she had to get up to go to the bathroom. So she walked into the hallway and she looked over to the side and she saw an old lady sitting on my couch. What is that? She wasn't on the lawn. She was in her house at this point.
Get out my house.
Vroom, vroom.
Oh, Fortune's here.
Welcome, Nick. But that's so creepy. Oh, I used to have this picture of my grandparents. Actually, I do have a picture. Hold up. Hold up. I have a picture.
She's on.
Right here on my poster board. It is of my great grandparents. And this picture was in a picture frame, and it was always put on like the really high top shelf in my bedroom. When I was really little, my mom would put it on the top shelf. She'd wrap me up in my blankie, and I just go to bed. And keep in mind, I'm in the crib. I can't move. Crib walls are like this. I can't get up. She'd wake up the next morning, come in, and this picture would be in my hands. It'd be in my hands, and I'd just be sleeping. That's really creepy. Yeah. Did you know? Fun fact.
Mikey has an illusion.
I don't mess with that. I don't do that. I mean, we...
Holding my phone with questions.
So, Carly, what's your
So-
sign?
Mikey wants to know.
Could be questions and answers.
Mikey wants to know. You like Nick.
Everyone wants to know if I like Nick. The question you should be asking is, does Nick want to... No, I'm kidding. I got boos and I got bays. I got boobies. Okay. Oh, I almost just burned my hair. Okay. More... Oh, did I ever tell you?
Peggy.
You want me to tell them about Peggy? Peggy's a whore. I actually have a freaky story.
Tell me.
No, the camper.
Oh.
Okay, guys, get ready for some
Was
spooks.
that Quidditch? Or, I'm sorry.
Stop
Sorry.
looking at my wine cellar rack. Maddie and I, or Maddie.
Abstracts here, guys.
Yay. So Maddie, what'd he say?
Said, oh no, love.
So we were at Maddie's camper, and it was, what time was it?
No, I'm fucking with this.
Wait, shut up. It's just the music.
Oh my god. I almost had a
Oh my
panic
god.
attack.
Okay, just to Are you? Don't stop me again. Okay, let me explain what just happened. We heard a noise upstairs, and we both were like freaking out. We were both freaking out, like, what was that? And it turns out my family's just playing "Don't Stop Till You Get It Up" by Michael Jackson, like full blast upstairs. Okay, that's so funny. Okay.
I'm literally gonna shit myself. I was like, Carly, stop talking about the
Okay, so
The door opens and leave. That's what makes.
well, you know what, Nick? Just listen to the story. So, we were at the camper, and I don't know. It was only like 10 or 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was early in the night for us, because usually we're up till like 2. And like we had our neighbors across the way like chilling, and everyone else was in bed, and we were all just like doing our own thing, you know? And all of a sudden, like I'm talking to her, and I'm standing up, I'm walking around the fire because I hate sitting down when I'm talking. Like right now, because I'm moving my hands so much, that makes up for me sitting, but I really do hate not moving when I'm talking. But I got up and I looked at my neighbor's camper. Why are you using my Vaseline? And I looked over. Sorry guys, Maddie's jacking off in the background. But, okay, all serious. I stood up and I looked over, and in front of the light, I saw a shadow walk by. And I was really disturbed. I was like, am I blind? Like, is something wrong with me? And Maddie was like, yeah, there might be. And why were we walking back towards...
Getting in the house.
No.
You were freaking out. You were like, okay, I don't feel safe. And I was like, okay, we can go. And then you're like, you're like, nah, we'll stay out for a little bit longer. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, we need wood though.
Yeah. And then we walked over to start getting wood because the wood's by the back of the camper. So we started walking back. We were almost there. We were almost past our camper. And all of a sudden, we heard this, like, kind of like a walking noise.
It sounded right next to us.
Yeah, it sounded like it was so close. And everyone around us was in bed or at the dance thing, at the barn. And, like, nobody was around. The only people who were around were across the way at the campfire, and you could hear them, clear as day. Freaking maniacs screaming off the top of their lungs. But seriously, that had me shook. Like, I think we weren't out there for, like, more than 10 minutes after that. We like, packed up our stuff.
Oh, God. Every time we tried to go to the door,
it just, yeah.
so I ran back to the fire.
We ran back to the fire, and we sat there because it was so freaky, and I get chills, like, just even thinking about it. So the chat's being spammed, I think. What's going on?
No, is it?
No, I don't know.
No.
Okay. Are they asking questions?
Oh wait, Maddie, tell her what I'm saying. Alright, okay, what you need, Dan? I got you, fam.
What you mean? What story should I tell them? Should I tell them about the cup?
He's straight weird. These videos got me like, what the fuck?
Oh,
They're
sure.
not a spell.
Maddie, should I tell them about the cup? Okay. So, I think you already know how I talked about my old house being all, like, haunted and stuff, and it seriously is haunted. I was in my living room, and I was just chilling, doing my usual business, and I heard, like, a creaking noise behind me. Because, like, you know, I walk around. I hate sitting. Ironic, I'm sitting. I hate being still. So I heard this noise behind me, and I turned around. All of a sudden, a coffee mug that was on. My parents have this weird, or my mom and Tim.
Fucking whore.
Thanks, Maddie. They had this, like, weird tree coffee cup holder, and, like, the coffee cups were sturdy on this thing. I turned around, and one of those mugs went flying off the thing and hit, like, the center of the kitchen. Like here's where the cup things are. Here's where the, like, middle kitchen is. What?
Okay, Nick said, the way you sitting is like you about to do a spell or something. Oh, wait, shit. I was like,
What the frick were you thinking?
spelling bee. I was like,
Spell idiot. You. Take the L. Did I ever tell you what happened with Kayla?
I never told you what happened with Peggy today.
Do you want me to? What happened with Peggy today, Daddy?
Oh my god, maybe she's fucking around with me.
Oh, okay. So Maddie and I are so into this ghost stuff. Like, this camera that you're seeing me on is actually an infrared camera. I can't turn it on infrared right now because it's on the PC mode, and when it's on PC mode, it doesn't, like,
Nick
do
said
infrared.
you laugh like my grandpa. Ha ha ha.
I guess we know what he's into now. He's into that. I can't even finish a thought without laughing. Give me some of that Coke.
Spill the tea.
Give me this. Okay. But we were so serious with this ghost hunting thing, and then Maddie's like, "Here, let me whip out this app. And there's like a ghost standing in the corner of her room, and her name's Peggy. We learned that her name was Peggy. And she was going ham. It was great. So tell me about Peggy. Oh my god, put that down. Maddie, I will literally kick you to upstairs. Hey Nick, you want to come here and be my man? Just kidding. Nick says, Maddie,
Sure. Oh.
Oh, beauty. She's beauty, she's great. She hurt herself on her toe.
Fucking hell.
Oh. Did I ever tell you?
No.
This is becoming more of a laugh session rather than spooky stories.
Too drunk.
My computer keeps telling me it's on low disk space, but we all know that's a fat lie. It's been telling me that ever since I got it. So.
People. Tell me. What you need?
No, but seriously, did I tell you about Kayla? One of my best friends, her name's Kayla. She was hanging out with her group of friends, and Kayla and my group of friends are all like people who are like 20s and stuff, 20s and older, so it's like we can be out late. And one night she was there, she was hanging out with the squad without my brother and I, and they were at this park. And usually we hang out at parks because, you know, we're dumb people. We like to see the cars that come by. Oh, off topic, one time when we were at a park, there was this car that parked right next to us, and we wanted to walk back, so Kayla turned on her lights. And when we got there was 2 girls making out in the front seat and a guy hotboxing in the back. Yeah, it was interesting.
Lit party.
But she said that when she was at this park, she saw this big...
Dick said, "Stop rubbing your thighs like that. I feel uncomfortable."
I have to... I'm not gonna feel...
I have to.
I have to feel my thighs. I have to feel it because a man won't. Unless I got some help. No, I'm kidding.
Mickey said, "You fell. Are you okay?" No.
Never. But she saw this like... So, I'll do my best to avoid that, but you know what? Just get a little comfy. Comfy seat on Santa's lap.
Get that shit out of here.
But, anymore.
Nick said, "You weird AF." And then Mikey said, "Nick, you felt uncomfortable."
You feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. He said, and then Nick said, "Oh, hell nah."
You know, I can make them feel more uncomfortable. Do you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna do it. But she saw this like 6-foot guy like walk by the light, but there was nobody there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Michael's car turned on. Like, he wasn't touching his keys. His car turned on. That's freaking scary, man.
Yeah.
Maddie, what if I turned your car on? You know what?
My car's already turned on.
Guess what, Maddie? My shower gets turned on when I turn on my clothes.
I'm just stop with these shitty stories.
You want to come here and tell some stories, then? You want to tell some stories, then?
No, he wants to rip out your clothes.
Kinky. Be on the way. Be.
He said, Mikey. Mikey said, "Damn Nick, LOL."
Nick's just jealous of you because he can't be here with me.
Nick said, "I'm just playing."
But I'm here to tell you, every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top.
Nick said, "You better nothing."
Nick, that's a dumb question. When am I sober?
We have a whole wine cellar.
Hold up, let me go get a wine. Give it a bottle. Let's see.
And he said, or high or what?
Why, you want some? Oh, this one's
No.
from Chile.
He hopped up on cocaine.
I was trying to do this. Like, I was trying to pretend I was sniffing coke, not snorting. Oh, take an L, Carly. Take an L. Okay.
Mikey said, I'm on Quack King. Oh, Mikey, you so fucking funny, I swear. X-Ray said, stop. Underage drinking. Oh. Why did you have to drink that so sexually? You're like, you're dead in my...
I was gonna make a comment, but I didn't want to.
Oh, the guy's so...
You're not. Guess what, Nick? You're not allowed to give us sex with Iggy until you're 30. Oh. Okay, Carly, take the L. Alright. More creepy googly stories. Googly. I do have more. Did I tell you about the time I was at the funeral?
No.
So, okay. This is gonna sound very light-hearted of someone's death, but just roll with me here.
Wow.
My great aunt had passed away.
She's gone.
She died of dementia. Did you say why?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. But I was at her funeral, and at one point during the service, I felt like someone was watching me. And yes, the whore bag was there, but I wasn't gonna look at her. I was sitting there, and I was like, "Is somebody here?" And I had my hand open, and I felt someone come up to me and grab my hand. Keep in mind, we're all just listening to this guy speak in a sermon. And I was like, alright, what'd they say?
Mikey said, spooky or funny stream. Like, he's confused and excited, I don't know. He's on crack cane. Quack cane.
Quack cocaine.
You know, that shit.
You can tell him it was intentionally supposed to be spooky, but whenever Maddie's around, I can't stop laughing.
Okay, Carly, you know it's a friggin' video. So he heard it.
Good
okay?
for him.
And then Nick said, well, blah. He said, alright, well, I'm gonna leave because if I stay, I'm about to see straight cringe for the whole video.
Wait, I'm showing
my cock.
Wait, I'm showing a naked body? I'd cringe if I see that too. I'm kidding. Guys, I think I killed Maddie. Wait. I never talked about camp. Okay. I know I'm a lighthearted person, but this was the scariest thing that I have ever experienced in my life. And I'm being legit serious. I was at this camp in 5th grade. I think it was Sugar Creek. No, it's not what the camp's called. I don't know. It was some camp that like all of us 5th graders got to go to. And I remember going here, and we were telling these spooky stories one night, and I was like, oh, ha, ha, funny. They're so funny. And I said, I tried to tell a story, but obviously I can't make up stuff on the spot, so my friend came up behind me and scared the living crap out of me, and everyone laughed at me. That's so sorry. But it was one of the last nights, and we were all just doing our own thing, and I was laying in my bed, and I heard a loud pound on the door of our girl's cabin. And I was like, what the frick is this? So I got up, but I wasn't allowed to open the door, so I just like leaned on the door kinda. And I was like, there's nothing there. So I walked back. I tried to lay down, and all of a sudden all I heard was, that didn't work out at all. like scratching. All on.
Ooh, I got chills.
Yeah, like on the walls. All I heard was this loud scratch against the wall. I was so scared that whole night. I couldn't sleep. I think maybe I got an hour or two of sleep. I was so freaked out. Like nobody else experienced that because, like, not gonna lie, my counselor, not my counselor, my teacher. She sounds like this. Like she was freaking loud. So no one could hear it. If they did, it was right next to me. That was scary. Anything to add, Maddie? I think we're just trying not to laugh at this point. I mean, I don't. Try not to laugh. Try not to cringe. Challenge.
Oh, there you failed.
Take a shot every time you cringe.
Make one left.
Good for day. Okay. But no. Oh crap! After. It was like a week after I went to that trip. Don't look at me like that. A week after I went to that trip, I was at home and I was like, okay, that was a freaky experience. What the fuck just happened? Like, honestly, that's what I was thinking. But because I'm a little Christian, I was a little like super Christian child. I was like, what was that? Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. I thought of something else. That. You remember me as a kid? I was a super Christian. But I was laying in my. I used to have this twin bed, really tiny. All of a sudden, I heard that same scratching. What happened to you? But I heard that same scratching against my own walls. I did what I normally do when I was scared as a kid. I went into my mom's room, and she keeps her clothes in like a pile on the floor. I used that. I put my head on the pile. I laid down there. That was so scary for me. I don't know about any of you, but that, like, keep in mind, I wasn't even a teen yet.
Mikey said, "Ah, hell nah, just got a message saying, hey buddy boo, I see you, help." But like, it would panic, you know?
Yeah, I'd run.
Like, get out of my house.
Go into the street, get hit by a car.
Kill myself.
Like, oh. The amount of ghost whisperer shit that's happened to me is freaking horrifying. Do you know how many times I've felt something there staring at me?
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Oh, when I'm in bed? Fuck no. That's why I stay up so late, because I just, it stops like at 12, like I don't feel anything staring at me. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sleeping in.
Is it bad that I feel like something's staring at me right now? No, like, I feel it. Wait, no, it's Sheldon.
Oh, Jesus, don't do that.
No. Okay, so my aunt and uncle had this cutout cardboard of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory in the corner. Oh, this is funny. And I had the Christmas tree light on, and Maddie was sleeping over, and she looked up and she screamed because she saw Sheldon.
Why wouldn't I? He's just.
I'm sorry. That was so funny. Oh. Wait. Oh, that was. Ugh. That's creepy. Those experiences were some of the freaking scariest thing in my life.
Did I tell you what happened to my dad? Literally, my heart was pumping, like, no lie. Like, it scared the absolute shit out of me.
Once you tell that, we have to tell them the story about your house.
Okay. So I was at my dad's house.
Yeah, you were.
And when I actually slept there, you know?
Oh, before everything went down?
And I usually slept on my couch because I could sleep in longer.
Yeah.
And because, like, I had to leave early in the morning because of school.
Yeah.
So one night, like I woke up, like I was like, and all of a sudden I just hear pounding on like a window. Like, oh my god, I can't explain how scary it was. Like, honestly, like it was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, I thought it was like someone at the door. I was like, maybe like something bad went on, like so like can you help us out? So I go to the door. I like look like I'm like half out, half like my body's like half in, half out, and like kind of like looking because there's like glass. So and like no one's there. So I like looked at the window, like nothing. Scared that I did not want to go like anywhere near like my porch or like because I just get shit like actual like scary ass vibe over there like when it's dark. Can't do it. So now after that I never slept on my couch. I always slept downstairs.
Yeah, I don't
on the sofa because that's actually scary shit. Honestly.
That sounds like what happened when I was at my friend Hillary's. She was having a birthday sleepover.
Like I told my friends about it, and they're like, and they were joking around about it. Like, oh no, that was me. I was like, no, that you like it actually like got my heart pumping. Like I thought it was gonna freaking die. I was like, screw that shit.
One of my friends, Hillary, she has this house. It's on Portland, and you know how that's like a very busy street. Like, yeah, at this point, I think it was only like, it wasn't too late. I can't remember. I don't know. This happened like in 7th, 8th grade. We were sleeping. No, we weren't sleeping yet.
Oh, we said, hey, Katie.
I'm kidding.
He said, what's your number?
You got a phone now? You gonna hit me up now?
Like you said, Nick, LOL. Did you do that? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold this.
Bully.
But, so, we have this street, well, we have 3 streets that we just call them by their names, but literally they're the 3 busiest streets, I think, in all of Bloomington. Lyndale, Nicollet, Portland. Yeah. 3 busiest streets.
All under construction, too, by the way. Have you seen that? Fucking Illuminati shit right there. Like, the frig.
But, so my friend's house is on
Portland. iPhone. LOL, I'm waiting. What is it? He said, you got an iPhone? No, I got an iPhone.
We had a conversation about this already. I have Samsung.
Nice Apple logo.
Oh look, mine's waterproof and has a case.
Honey, I can buy a case. That's waterproof, you fucking dildo.
Well, my... No, that's what I have.
He's still waiting.
It's 555. Not right now. Hit me up in the DMs. What? DMs. It go down.
Jeez, he's spamming. He's like, hello.
Hello. Wait, can I finish my story, damn it?
Getting triggered?
Almost as triggered as Nick when he takes an L. JK, boo. Okay.
Nah, don't JK that shit.
You're right. But
you gotta smoke that shit.
Okay, point is, my friend lives on one of the busiest streets. She lives in Portland. Don't look. All of a sudden, we heard 3 loud pounds. We heard 3 loud pounds on the window. And I get up to look out the window. There's no cars. There is nobody on that street. Nobody. All the lights of people's houses are off. There's nobody. That's freaking not normal. Like, it would have been one thing to hear the pounding, but for that street to be as, like, not busy as it was freaking scary. You're looking at me like, Carly, I have something to tell you. What are you going to tell me?
Somebody said, Nick, you gotta get a girl?
You got a date? Or not? Is you trying to date? Oh, I still have my swatches. I was trying to do black on the inner corners of my eyes. Instead, it just makes me look hella tired. It's just Brutus. Brutus is a fat potato, okay?
He didn't make thunder.
Oh, that was Thunder?
Yes.
We were talking about the footsteps. I'm like, that's Brutus. He's a fat potato.
No. Yeah, thunder. Dickhead. squad.
Oh, which story about your house did we tell?
There's too many.
My favorite one.
Penny's a bitch, so she comes out a lot.
I don't know if you remember this one. This was when we were like younger, when we were up in your old room. Wait, no, we were all in Robert's room, or what's your room now? What was Robert's room?
Yeah.
We heard like this really loud noise from the basement, and we forced Carter to go down there, and he was like, "There's nothing down there," and I was so freaking pissed. Oh. There was this one time at Bandcamp. No. I was making fun of Bobby and he didn't even laugh. I need to leave. That's okay. As long as I can make the boys laugh the longer their eyes are closed.
Did I tell you that I was, after that, the door slam, I was trying it, and I really had to whip it, I really was and to make that noise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when I was on the phone with you?
Yeah.
That was freaking scary. I heard, I was on the phone with her. I heard, or she was at home, I was here. I was on the phone with her.
Don't got the number. Just give him the fucking number so he shuts the fuck up.
I'm not putting it, I'm not saying it out loud. I'll send it to you.
Okay, Nick, just look at your Snapchat.
Wait. On your Snap or on Insta? That's what I'm asking him, you doofus. But, we were on the phone. I think she was making ramen or something. I was making spaghetti. You were making ramen, and you were telling, we both heard this loud pound. And, Maddie got quiet, but I thought it was just, her dog being stupid. And she walks over to the bedroom, I think it was, right? Is that what you did?
Okay, there was 2 times I was on the phone. In the bathroom and making ramen.
Whichever time, one of those times you thought it was Bear, so you...
That was the bathroom.
That was the bathroom time. And, I honestly thought that pound was one of her dogs being stupid.
Whacking the tail?
Yeah.
Too, but no dogs were found. I was like...
M.I.A. Thanks, Spooks. Thanks, Scoob.
Yeah, I was in the bathroom. I was getting my makeup and shit on because I had to leave because Robert wanted to take me somewhere.
By the way, she makes her eyebrows pink, so I love to make fun of her for that. But I still love y'all.
Yes. And so I was doing my makeup and then I had the door shut because I was just wanting the door shut because also I was going to the bathroom early, so.
Yeah, that life.
So, and then all of a sudden I see first I thought it was Robert. And you heard me on the phone, I was like, what do you want, ho?
Oh yeah, I remember that. You came out of the bathroom what do you want? And then you stopped and what? And then you were like, Robert's not here.
Mikey said you called each other while in the bathroom. Well, I was finishing in the bathroom, but I just had the door shut, okay?
Well, Maddie's a strange person. One
Get
time...
triggered about that, though.
No, wait. I need to tell them. Okay, this is more of a funny story than the spooky story. I was, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. You do your own thing on the phone. So I went away, and then all of a sudden the door slams open, and she's just standing there, I'm hungry. Feed me. Oh,
I got you in this video, too.
Oh, yeah, that was nasty. Well, okay, but Brutus opened the door. That wasn't me. That was Broody. Broody the Fruity. Oh, look, it's my brother. What's up?
He's leaving now.
Okay, bye.
He's like, I'm gonna run away.
Derek got...
Jeez.
No. I said you could come down here and sleep. I mean, if they don't mind your snoring. I'm the only one out of my family, intermediate family, who doesn't snore.
So,
I talk.
I was not, there was a knock on the door. And I was like, I thought it was Robert. I was like, what do you want, ho? What do you want? And she even heard it. I was like, I walked out. And I was like.
And then you walked downstairs and I heard you talking to Robert and I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? And then I heard him say over the phone, no, I've been down here the whole time, and I was shook.
I was like, fuck.
Well, we shook it. Did he answer the question?
What? No. He's just being a bitch. Did you get all of her stuff?
It's on my hand.
Right on the ground. Like a blanket you don't care about.
These are all blankets I care about, because not all of them are mine. Okay, hold up, like, 3 seconds. Chat, Maddie, keep them entertained. I just broke a glow stick, and it's starting to burn my hand. I'll be back.
Entertainment. What is entertainment?
Oh, Maddie, my hand's glowing. That's cool.
So, like, Nick left, honestly. Feels like it.
Nick left. Is he salty and he didn't hit my number?
Maybe, probably also streaming still, so.
Probably. That's some spooky stuff, though. Any more updates from Mikey? Hello.
Says me and LOL, German.
I'm gonna be in a fun position. Nick, you are.
I like the ramen noodle. You were talking about the ramen noodle one, too.
Hand's burning. Well, my hand's not burning anymore. So. Oh. Well, that's my brother. He probably left his charger in the car. He's a dingus. I do have more stories. I'm just thinking real hard.
Oh.
I can't believe. How did I
Mike you were saying, I'm trying to say that I'm a snake, but I'm not.
I'll break a ghost face for saying that. Hi, Mom.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know.
I told you.
You're making scary stuff.
Yes, I am.
He's going to bed.
Okay.
Down here. Hi, Maddie.
Okay.
Hi.
My guest star is here. Come here, Brutus. Hold on, let me move the candle. Come here, baby.
Gets his tail off the candles.
Hold on. Come here, baby. We'll have my special guest. Come on. Come here. Hi, baby. Oh.
Take the candles out. Hi.
Can we punch this?
So, that number is what now?
I just said. Snap. You need to be quiet. Mom.
I almost said she once.
Well, can't you hear me?
Yeah. Now you look like a ghost.
Yeah, okay, so if you don't know anything about makeup, is that I'm a pale girl, and yeah, I don't I look like James Charles. Hey Derek, can we like shut off the light or wait.
I'm kind of doing something.
Just kidding. I'm sorry. I got this, guys. Yes. Show off my legs. Yes. Okay. Wait. What?
Oh, now that's good.
We're joining a cult, guys.
Ooh, I know him. He's gay.
Who's gay? Iggy?
I don't know. Yeah.
Alright. I want to look up some spooky stories. Well, because I do have more spooky stories, it's just that I keep laughing halfway through. Spooky stories.
Oh, this is James. This is James. I think it's James Charles.
James Charles. He's saying I'm James Charles. Ooh, 5 terrifying but true horror story reports in the news. No! I was exactly thinking of this story too. The chick who looked like she was pressing random elevator buttons and then like she she died,
Oh yeah.
and then they found her body like many days, like a month later, in the water tank
Yeah.
because people questioned why they were drinking brown water, and that was her body decomposing in the water. It was nasty.
Oh, I thought there was an update about it.
The only update that they have is that they closed the case. It's like not available for investigation anymore. Same with Anika Jenkins. This is not right.
Yeah.
Whoa, what? An exorcism in Indianapolis.
Oh, you're still watching this movie?
Can you hear me in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Last year, the Indianapolis Star published a lengthy report on a family terrorized by 3 children allegedly possessed by demons. The account of Latoya Emmons and her family tells disturbing stories of children climbing up the walls, getting thrown across rooms, and children threatening doctors to keep deep unnatural voices.
Oh.
That sounds like Goofy on freaking meth. Wait, what? Where's Nick? Nick and Iggy would say that, like, Nikki and Iggy said that, like, 24/7. It would seem like something straight out of a movie, a work of fantasy. Oh! Did you... Wait, you already know that. Chat, I'm gonna inform you of stuff. The Amityville horror thing that everyone says is a true story, it's fake.
No.
The book was all made up.
Like I said, the number. Just send it to him on Instagram and Snapchat.
Both at the same time. Go suck. Nut. Oh, he's live on, or not live on Insta. He's active. Thanks, bro. You're the real MVP. I don't know if he's being serious or not, so I'm actually gonna send it.
Anyone got tips? I super glued my hand to my desk. I don't know why you did that. That's
Wait.
retarded.
Super glue. Pull up slowly. I think water. Bite a towel while you're doing it. Have some Advil. Put ice on your hands. Cause ice would make it hurt more. Cause the coldness, like when you punch something when it's really cold out, and your hand just. I was just trying to think if your hand goes numb, then you could do it.
Just numb your hand. It's all good until your feet go numb.
It's all good once your feet go numb. Oh, the story about the guy after 9/11 that sent the anthrax in the mail, and when people opened up their thing, they all talked about how, like, the letter said that you guys will die now, and I think like 2 people died from it, but the rest got hospitalized. Will we be hospitalized with our parasite that we found?
Yeah.
In Zabrota? In 2007, ABC News documented a series of cell phone calls to families with terrifyingly specific death threats. The unidentified callers knew exactly what the families were doing and what they were wearing.
My PC is doing my best
Wait, say that one more time?
Oh, my PC is on my desktop. Yeah, that's not my fault. Who told you to slip it in your hand? To your desk.
How'd you even slip it through your hands? Unless if it was like he was making something and you accidentally just stuck it. This is really creepy. Me?
Nope.
Maddie, that's just a hole of darkness.
It's like my soul.
what it is, but like things are spooky. Okay, I don't think this is a real thing, but this was still really creepy. They made a whole movie based off of it. I forget what it's about. Or, like, I forget what the name is called. But it was this like girl. She was a babysitter and she was watching these kids. And the parents had something called the clown room, right? And she was like watching them, and like she'd go to this clown room, and then I think they made a movie based off this too. She put the kids to bed, and then the parents call.
She was like, no, I don't really like this clown.
Yeah, on the phone. Yeah, I don't like this clown statue. I put a cover over it a while ago, and they're like, "Get out of the house. We don't have a clown statue. Oh, we don't have a Sheldon Cartman cutout." 12 terrifying ghost stories you shouldn't read aloud. Beautiful. The cell phone. A couple of months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came and asked if he could play with her new phone. She told him not to call anyone or mess with text messages, and he agreed. That's you. That freaked me out. At 11:20, she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked in his room and saw that he wasn't there. She ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked her phone back up from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes, such as new background, etc. When she opened it up, he saved pictures. She began deleting the pictures he had taken, until only one new one remained. When she saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on the bed, but the picture was taken by someone above him, and showed their left half of an elderly woman's face.
What?
Like a grandma took the photo. It's like a grandma took a selfie. Grandma took a selfie. Grandma, that you? You took a selfie with my phone?
His iPad died.
Oh, his iPad died? Did he say that on the thing?
Swear, yeah.
Oh, sad.
That's probably why it's not.
That's awesome. What does our Mikey want? Does Mikey want anything? Or?
Mikey said, I got it.
You got it?
He got the food.
Good job. Ghost bro. My house was built in 1904. It is a single-family home, wood frame setting on a concrete block foundation. I've been living here for about 12 years. Of all the weird things that my siblings and me have seen or heard in this house, this one event is my favorite. This happened to my brother. About 10 years ago, my brother and his best friend had started a garage band playing mostly Spanish rock. Alternative music. Alternative music, but in Spanish. His friends could only get together on Sunday afternoon. They would practice into the early evening. They would usually call at 8 p.m. This is the time I usually showed up and went to bed, because I worked the graveyard shift. This happened in late fall, so the days were getting shorter. They had just finished a long session when the decision to head to someone else's house came about. My brother handed his car keys to his buddy so they could load up the equipment. Everyone had filed out of the basement, but the tricky part was that they needed to walk all the way to the back of the basement, up the back stairs, through the kitchen doorway, down the hall of the living room, and out the front porch. Everyone was outside, sitting in my brother's truck, waiting for him. My brother was walking up the back stairs when he remembered he had left his pancakes in a to-go container sitting on a speaker in the basement. That's a fat dude. I need to go back to my pancakes. Now the basement is not clean. With full sight lines, there had been partitions made, and the boiler and main heating unit are right smack in the middle. So after my brother walks back, he's about to retrieve his food container, and out of the corner of his eye, he sees it. A shadowy figure, right at his peripheral vision. This feeling of dread and uneasiness washed over my brother. We had been taught if you are in the presence of a spirit or ghost, and you feel a bad vibe, to say a quick prayer or to cuss at it. Yes. To what? Yeah, I can be done with the candles. Love you. Good night. That's okay. I'm keeping this one. My brother chose the ladder and he basically told it, hey, fuck you, I don't have time for this shit. That's a fat mood. My brother turned to walk to the back of the basement and briskly up the stairs, closing doors and turning off the lights as he was walking out. The last switch was on the opposite side of the front door. Luckily the door was open, and the light from the street lamp was flooding in the living room with his amber light. My brother said he felt something at his back, but at no point did he turn around. As he flicked the last switch, the living room went dark, as did the rest of the house. As he stepped out, he pulled on the door, closing it behind him. Still holding his flute container, in one hand he jogged down the porch steps. He walked towards the front gate. Our house resides far from the main street, especially having a large front yard but with no rear garage. As he closed the gap between himself and his friend, Latin truck, he kind of smiled over in his head, mad at himself for spooking out when there was no reason. He climbed into the driver's side of the truck, pulled on his seatbelt, ready to pull out of the parking spot directly in front of the house, when one of his friends asked, "Hey, what about your brother? Isn't he coming with us?" My brother answered, "What do you mean? He went to work early tonight. He's already gone. Did you see his car anywhere?" The next question they asked was, "So then who was walking behind you when you were leaving the house?" I got chills reading that. I got chills. Oh, that doesn't rub me right. Like, that seriously doesn't. Like, that, I would cry. I would stop driving and just cry. The rocking horse. One night when I was maybe 10 or 12. Yeah?
Kind of.
You can sleep through a flipping hail car accident storm. You're fine.
I don't want to move.
That's a fat mood, Derek.
I don't want to move.
Derek, if you ever want me to be quieter, let me know. I hope I'm not too loud. I'm really sorry. You don't care. One night when I was maybe 10 or 12, I had trouble falling asleep. My bedroom was the entire top floor of our house, with my bed and such being on the left side and storage closets and a play area being on the right. I was lying in bed when I heard a noise from the other side of the room and see a rocking horse begin to rock. I was sitting just outside one of the storage closet doors. It proceeded to rock its way halfway across the room and stopped dead under the ceiling light. At this point, I was freaking out and just buried my head under my blankets and never peeked out until it was morning. It was all confirmed not to be a dream, as the rocking horse was still in the middle of my room when I woke up. Furthermore, I got a stern reprimand from my parents about being out of bed playing with my toys well past my bedtime. My room was directly below the storage closet's left play area, and had heard the creaking of the rocking horse shuffling across the room.
Donkey.
Animal. Is it because I got a great ass?
Bad.
I'll drink the candle.
Exactly. Do it.
No balls, I won't.
No balls.
I won't. I'm not gonna do it. The following. Ooh.
There's a movie about the following.
Okay.
The title is the following.
Yeah. So was It Follows, but that's a Riverdale copy. Conspiracy theory. Oh, frick, I dropped my phone. um, my older sister has a ghost that follows her around for years. With her once, but can you stop plugging in and plugging out your phone? I literally, I hear it make noises on the freaking computer and it freaks me out.
So goodbye.
Thank you. My older sister has a ghost that followed her around for years. I lived with her once for about 3 months, and so much weird stuff happened in that time. All my sister would say to me when I mentioned it was that her ghost didn't like me being there. Things like going to bed with everything locked up and switched off, and waking up in the morning with the back door open, lights on, and the kettle switched on. One night, my sister and I were ready to go out. I asked to borrow her liquid foundation. I used it and put it back where she kept her makeup. 10 minutes later, she's asking me for it, and it was nowhere to be seen. Called mom. She could find anything. She accused me of taking it and made me buy her a new one and refused to listen to my side of the story. About a year or so later, when she was packing to move to the new house, she found the makeup in a shoebox with some old letters. The shoebox was in a zipped-up suitcase that was underneath her bed. Probably the most scared I've ever felt was one afternoon, and I was the only one in the house, which never happened as 4 people lived there. I arrived home from work and headed straight to the bathroom. All the doors and windows were closed. I was standing in my bathroom and started squeezing a pimple on my chin when a female voice in the hall said, Stop picking your zit. It was loud enough to sound and sounded real enough. At the time I thought it was my sister, so I laughed and told her to fuck her and asked what she was doing for dinner. No answer. I stuck my head out into the hall. No one there. I searched the house top to bottom and there was no one home. I sat out on the front porch until someone got home because I didn't want to be in there alone. That sounds like something you would do.
Yeah. I have one called Making Toast.
Annie96 is typing. Everyone does that. Freaking basic. The Whispers. This is a story about how I got my life turned flipped upside down.
I'm just gonna read you a story. It's called Making Toast. It's kind of funny.
Tell me the story about making toast.
Okay. I was making toast late one night, facing the kitchen bench reading for a good 5 to 10 minutes. Cleaned up and turned around, and every single cupboard door and cutlery drawer was open. They were all closed when I went into the kitchen, and there was no way anyone could have snuck in and done it because I was home alone. I also couldn't hear them open it at the time I was there. Scared the shit out of me, so I froze. Let it register for a few seconds. Then calmly closed everything and went back to my room to hide the Sunday night. One of a few weird things to happen growing up.
That sounds like fun. They just wanted the cook.
Oh my god, there's something called a pig now.
Ew. That's the thing from Shane Dawson's video. Oh, 2-sentence horror stories. Oh, I love those.
Oh, I love those things.
I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, Daddy, check for monsters under my bed. I look underneath for his amusement and see him, under the bed. Another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, Daddy, there's somebody on there. I remember this one. You ready? The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moments, though, when he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom hand. Yikes.
And there's one, I'm still here. I came home pretty late one night, and my roommate's bedroom was shut. And I assumed she was sleeping already, but I saw something out of one of my kitchen. I said her name, but she didn't answer. I didn't think anything of it, so I walked into my room, and before I turned the light on, something flickered and stood weird. I turned on the light, my room, but nothing was there, so I turned on every light in my house. I knocked on my roommate's door and eventually opened it, and she wasn't there, so I left the light on too. I slept with all the lights on. When she came back to my phone, I asked her if she was messing with me, and she started crying and said she left because something in the house messing with her, and she had to get out.
Amen. Yes. No. Okay. Oh, this one's creepy. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear. It's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. You're not gonna pay attention? Don't be scared of monsters. Just look for them. Look to your left, to your right, under your bed, behind your dresser, in your closet, but never look up. She hates being seen.
Ew, this one's gross.
Wait,
what's the title of it?
Can I read this?
Yeah, but can I tell you this title?
Yes, I want to read
He's biting grass.
That's a thing.
Not pretty much.
I woke up to hear knocking on the glass. At first I thought it was the window, until I heard it come from the mirror again.
No.
Yeet.
No. So,
Oh no. They celebrated the first successful cryogenic freezing. He had no way of letting him know he was still conscious. That's horrifying. She wondered why she was casting two shadows. After all, there was only one single bulb. It sat on my shelf, with thoughtless porcelain eyes and the prettiest pink doll dress I could find. Why did she have to be born still? That's scary.
okay. This is a long one, so. Yeah, it's a long one. Okay.
You want to read it or you want me to read it?
I'll read it. I don't know if I fucked up on life.
Yeah, move on life. Did anybody say anything in the chat or are you not looking anymore? Okay. Well, I can look. Hold on, we're gonna get comfy for a second, camera. Oh, that's okay, Mikey. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. He said, I don't know what I'm more scared of. My Ouija board in the stream. And he's got to go. That's
Okay.
okay.
You ready?
Yes.
There were two young boys named Trevor and Will. They spent most of their summer vacation hanging around town, looking for things to do. One hot August night, the boys were sitting on a fence by the main road. There was a cornfield.
Children of the corn.
Cornfields are my enemy. There was a cornfield just across the road. Suddenly Trevor spotted something in the field in the darkness. It was difficult to make out, but he thought it looked like some kind of weird animal. He nudged his friend and pointed in the direction of the strange-looking figure. Will said he could see it too, but wasn't sure. But the mysterious thing seemed vaguely human. The next thing they knew,
Maddie, get out of the story.
one.
Because they said it seemed vaguely human. And I say, Maddie, get out of the story.
I got you.
Wait, hold on. Hear that? Derek snoring.
Yep.
He can see about me.
The next thing they knew, the thing was gone. The boys craned
I'm gonna readjust the camera while you're doing that.
craned their necks and scanned the field with their eyes. Out of the blackness came the thing. They slowly walked over to the edge of the field before disappearing again. Trevor and Will looked at each other, puzzled. What was that? Asked Will. I have no idea. So, replied Trevor. No sooner he had said that when Trevor felt a calming hand on his shoulder, he turned around and found himself staring directly into the pretty face of the thing. He let out a yell of terror and surprise. The rotting skin rock in places, revealing the bone underneath for a moment, and just stared silently at Trevor. Jesus.
That was
It just did not want to say started slightly.
steering slightly.
Staring slightly. Jeez, that's a tongue twister for me. I think I have dementia.
I have dementia. You mean dyslexia?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you do have dyslexia.
You know, I'm actually diagnosed with dyslexia.
Okay, continue.
At Trevor with a dark sunken eyes. Then it suddenly grabbed hold of his arm. Trevor felt its fingernails digging into his flesh and he wiggled out of its grasp. The two boys leaped off the fence and ran down the road, screaming in horror. They didn't stop running until they reached their homes. They tried to tell their parents and friends about the thing that had seen that night, but nobody believed them. When Trevor woke up the next morning, the scratches on his arm were still there. After a few days, they'd gotten worse and worse. Trevor got sick and his parents told him to see a doctor. After examining his arm, the doctor told the boy it was an infection and gave him some pills to take. Unfortunately, Trevor's condition got worse and worse. The infection spread into his entire arm and it wasn't long before his flesh was rotting and falling off.
Ew.
He was taken to the hospital and no matter what the doctor did, no treatment seemed to work. The infection spread through his whole body so he was confined to bed and started to waste away. It seemed like he was beyond help, and as the days went by, his stomach grew worse and worse. He extinguished his parents could only sit at his bedside and cry as he watched his beloved son slowly rotting away before their eyes. One day, the finally passed away. Most people must be visiting. When the boy walked into the hospital room, he saw Trevor lying in bed. He was horrified. His friend looked exactly like the thing.
No,
You
no.
don't taste that.
I'm autistic. Okay.
There you go. Ebola sound. Commented.
Ebola.
Ebola.
That's a fat move, person. Whoever said that, that's a fat move. The grinning face stared at me from beyond the bedroom. The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. What? The grinning face stared at me through the bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor.
I'm so glad you didn't say 13.
Okay, 13? Wait, I'm 4.
Wait. Didn't, what's her face? Sing a song. Britney Spears was like descending on the 14th floor. You heard that song?
Hold up.
Britney Spears like descending on the 14th. It might be 13 or 14.
It's Descending to the 13th Floor by Richie. They do double D Richie. There was a picture on my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. I was thinking of Ebola, so I started saying alone. Working the night shift alone tonight. There is a face in the cellar staring at the security camera. They deliver the mannequins in bubble wrap. In the main room, I begin to hear popping. You wake up. She doesn't. Oh. Oh no, I've already read this one, but this is so creepy. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. Your face is like, I'm I'm done.
That'd be so bad.
I'd cry. My
Wait
wife
for Grace.
My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. Warning. Oh, that's my biggest fear. You're laying in bed with your feet dangling out of the covers. You feel hands grab your feet. That is my freaking fear. That's why I always sleep with my feet covered.
I can't take my feet off the bed. Like I don't know, like.
Do you remember that one time we were Jay chilling in your bed and I had my foot off and Dana licked me and I freaking screamed. Funny. It's still scary.
It was like, I don't know what it is, but like, I know, like, if you ask people, like, can you sleep with your feet off the bed? I'm pretty sure, everyone says no. Like having something hang off, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, something, like, always makes me, like, get not triggered, but, like, always, like, pull your hand back, like.
Yeah, I just can't do it because then my legs feel like I'm gonna pull myself underneath. The officer finally got back to me. The call was coming inside the house. Yeah, that's fun. Did I ever tell you about that time that I went to the backyard to let out my dog, and this cop was like, hey, can you bring your dog back inside? And can you go inside too? And the cop jumped the fence and walked through the breezeway. And they were trying to find someone who was running around, like, killing dogs and stuff. And there was a guy, like, I went out into the breezeway and I looked, and there was this cop who was standing there with a rifle pointed at one of the houses. That was just a random garden, guys.
I'll tell you what happened today.
What happened there?
How you doing this? You want to show us something?
Tell me more, tell me more. Can I have my Coke, please?
Sorry, I don't know why I was very triggered in my mind. Okay.
Tell me about Piggy.
So, Peggy says she wants to shut doors now. I don't know what we did, but I guess we pissed her off.
Because I don't come over anymore. She's like, damn it, Tim.
Okay, so, sleeping, and like, that night, like, the dogs were like out roaming around, and I was kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, I'll have my door open a little bit, so like, the dogs can get in.
Yeah.
Cause I don't usually like having the door open because like if like someone breaks into the house, let's say, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But so anyways, I had the door like open enough, and like it was really cold outside.
Yeah.
So the AC was off, so like nothing could like open the door and stuff, like move the door.
Like no wind? There's
No,
fan on?
no wind. Like the fan was blowing on me though. But
Oh, your door, like, it opens inside the room before.
Yeah.
So, like, if your
Like,
door's like this and your fan's
like I have two doors, and so like if I have one door open, like the other door likes to get open, but and that door is closed. So like I don't know what it is, but like I don't know, gravity, like some like science shit.
Yeah, science.
So, but it's usually always fine with like when like one door's open.
Yeah.
Like it never like that back door like never moves. So I was watching the stream. You stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I
They
was
stream
watching.
every night. Why
I was
do you
watching.
have a question?
I don't know. I was watching the stream. I was kind of like dozing off. I was watching stuff and I was like, I'm probably gonna take a nap. I'm probably gonna go to sleep.
Mhm.
And I'll probably like still watching it like take so whatever. And so dozing off, and then I like I get like a text like from a random number, and I think what the hell?
What did it say? You have to Daisy it.
No. No. I don't have it anymore. I think I deleted it.
You remember what it said?
It said like, cause you know, replying to you like screw it up, and I was like, you got the wrong number. And he's like, oh sorry. I'm like, whatever.
Well, and you should have said, nah, frick you, and then played along and said, nah, I'm not crazy.
Not crazy. And he's like, oh sorry. I'm like, it's okay. And then I go back to the stream, and now I'm kind of awake.
Yes.
But like I was like, okay, I'm like acting here, so I shut my stuff off, and you know, like finished my Snapchat and shit, and like yeah. So I start like dozing off, and you know, the door open, like the door next to me, the door like opens, and then opens more, and then opens more. I thought it was Robert just trying to be weird to me, so I was like, what do you want? And then like no file. I was like, trying to scare me, it's not working. And he's like, and like, there's nothing. And then it's like, so I turned on my flashlight. I showed it. Like the door was like about like that wide, like open. I was like,
Bye, I'm still staying at Carly's.
and I was like that, and I turned the light on. I seen it, boom, slammed. I was like,
I'm done.
and then I
Wait,
started.
that was the same door that we saw Peggy, right?
Yeah. Then I started watching the stream again.
I just casually started watching the stream again, you know. Alright, that's fun. That was a beautiful story, Maddie. Thank you.
Yeah, it's scary, bro. I watched this scary today.
After a hard day of work, I came home to see my girlfriend create a millionaire child. I didn't know it was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or knowing that someone broke into my apartment and put them. Officer, I just looked away for a second and my baby was gone. I sobbed helplessly. That's better. I sounded much more convincing this time, I thought with a smile as I finally picked up the phone to call the police. That's creepy. Ew. Nurse's note. Born 7 pounds, 10 ounces, 18 inches long, 32 fully formed teeth, silent, always smiling. I'm gonna hope that this is an animal and not a dog, another person. Ew. The longer I wore it, the more it grew on me. She had such pretty skin. That took me a second to get. That's fun. I found a dead body in my trunk yesterday. Or today. Which is strange because I remember putting 2 in there yesterday. That's like serious reverse.
Yeah, I swear I thought I put like one body in my fridge. Like
In my fridge?
in my
Trunk?
fridge.
You mean your trunk? Why would you put your body in the fridge? Oh, preserved? Once you cut up, you could. They gotta have a big fridge
Well,
with
what
no
if
shelves.
actually, to be honest, there probably was like something like crazy enough, like maybe like have it like 2 bodies fuck each other,
Oh, and oh yeah, probably.
but like
I mean,
Because
hey,
they
you
thought
can
they were
find it.
dogs. Like,
Oh my god. You do realize like the black market and the dark web are pretty real. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
Have you seen Welcome to the Game? Oh, we're gonna watch that tonight then.
It's
It's a,
a sleep.
no, Markiplier played it. It was this game about where you have to go into the dark web because you want to stop. Or the first one is because you want to get to the red room. The second one is because you don't want this girl to get killed. So you have to go through the dark web and figure out how to get to your point B. And like along the way, like you're getting killed by everything. And oh god, like there was like sex dolls, trafficking. I don't know. Oh, Mikey's back. Welcome back. I mean, I don't know. You're supposed to be checking comments. Don't roll your eyes at me.
So difficult.
Maggie, the comments are all the way over there. Oh god.
Oh, back, mate.
Oh no, man. I had always wondered why my cat cried when I left her alone at night. The night after we buried her, I woke to the sensation of someone stroking my hair and a rough voice close to my ear whispered, "Good
I'm the kitty.
kitty." Yow. I can't sleep, she whispered, crawling into bed with me. I woke up cold, clutching the dress she was buried in. I saw my reflection blink. I kiss my wife and daughter goodnight before I go to sleep. When I wake up, I'm in a padded room, and nurses tell me it's just a dream. That's just sad.
People watching. I don't know who's watching.
Welcome. Ew. That's not right. The pairs of emaciated eyes outnumbered the single round in my gun, with pleading tears falling on her dolls. I pointed the barrel at my last surviving daughter.
Who's killing his daughter?
Yeah.
Poor daughter. Have to watch all the balloons and that.
Oh god, no. I'm sorry. I don't mean to freak you out more, but I'm freaking out, so I'm gonna do it anyway. You know how you talked about how you heard pounds on the window and you went to go check and then you know there was no one there?
Yeah.
I peeked outside. The pizza delivery guy is at the door, but I didn't order pizza, and definitely not from someone wearing a pig mask. That's a horror movie.
Like, someone did that. I'm like, oh, good job, dude. Thanks for.
I have a friend named Charlie. I'm playing at his house, but it's cold down here in the basement. I wonder when Charlie will let me go home. That's
Poor
sad.
kid.
Poor kid.
He doesn't know when kidnapped.
Hey, Mikey, since you're back, this is for you. I used an Ouija board yesterday, but I only asked one question and put it away. I got my answer today, written in blood on my ceiling.
What was it?
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daniel. Fuck you. Oh.
If you get scared at night, don't keep your eyes closed for too long. There's a reason you're scared, and now you can't see it approach. Like, I literally felt my head.
Heard that?
You, Sheldon? I literally felt my head, like get dizzy for a split second. The wailing from the baby monitor just won't stop. Problem is, my daughter is with her mother this weekend, over 200 miles away. L. Grandpa died smoking a cigar in his favorite chair. We got a new one but from the ash marks he left behind, he has a new favorite chair. That's spooky. My favorite. Oh, he said, "LOL, you actually sent it to me." You're welcome. for when you get a phone in 20 years.
I'll be your first number.
You're welcome. It's for you when you get a phone in 20 years. I feel like this would happen to me. I like to sing in the shower sometimes. When I got out of the last one, the fogged up mirror read, "You have a lovely voice. I live alone."
Who's your boyfriend?
Me. My wife just ran to ask if I was okay because she could hear terrible coughing from across the house. I wasn't coughing. Who was the phone? For sale. Like new engagement ring, barely worn. Came right off her finger. Finger also for sale for the right offer. So, yeah.
You're like serial killers.
Ew. I had a dream that a man was watching me sleep from outside the bedroom window. When I woke up, I found footprints inside next to my bed. This isn't gonna happen to you, man. My TV keeps turning on by itself. It's annoying, but what's more worrisome is that how it only shows footage of me standing in my living room.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I think I'm gonna keep reading 2-sentence horror stories, and then when I'm done with it, we're gonna say good night, everybody. I'm only on 60 and there's 150, so we got time. It's safe to come out now, sweetie, Dad said reassuringly, his blue eyes shining at me through the gap in the bedroom door. He's been saying that for hours, but it doesn't change the fact that my dad's eyes aren't green.
Huh?
I mean, it doesn't change the fact that my dad's eyes are green. I did that wrong. I messed it up. Thank you. Ew. I hope no guy ever does this to me. My girlfriend is scared of horror movies. They make her paranoid, which can be tricky when I'm watching it through the living room window.
Ew. Go over to my house. Lock her.
Just ask her on a date. Stop staring at her through the window, you creeper.
What? Just grow a pair.
It's nice that my grandma calls to check on you. But if she wants to communicate from the other side, I wish she wouldn't scream so much. So much.
Commercial.
Sisters. Hey, sisters. No, that's sad. My boyfriend has a collection he's very proud of. He never told me that he's been collecting souvenirs from the girlfriends he's murdered. Yikes. I have a reoccurring dream. I'm murdered by a man I never met. I thought it was a bit stupid until I went on a blind date and saw him at the table. My mom told me she had the best time playing with my little sister today. My sister went missing in 2002. They found her body in 2006. Okay, this is the vaguest thing I've heard, but it's freaking scary. The knife that slices, just like butter. I tried to be a loving mother. Ooh, it's 69. I have to read 69. I saw the children playing, admiring how high they swung. But others tell me they're just swaying in the wind where they were hung. Oh, no. Oh, why is that 69? I'm going to lean against the back. I don't think anybody can see, but I'm just going to lean back here because I like this.
Why? Why are they rhyming?
Can we stop rhyming, please? Oh no. Tired of causing pain to those around him, Peter jumped from the rooftop in a bid to end his own life. He soon found himself on a sidewalk below, still very much alive, with the crushed body of a little girl beneath him. Maddie, I don't mean to sound rude when I say this, but the only light source illuminating my face was standing in front of me. Put the blanket up. I'm not coughing. I was always told not to play with my food. It's a bucket to eat. However, I'm one to taste my meals, and killing is the treat. Stop rhyming. I, I was never more scared or more filled with dread than the night the police found her dismembered head. What's up with all the rhyming?
These people are gonna become rappers.
Guys, challenge, make a rap song with 2 sentence horror stories. I watched you play while it's at the park. I'll come to your house when the day goes dark.
Okay, what that say? Okay, I'm gonna like.
I watched you play while at the park. I come to your house when the day goes dark. Spit that fire. I'm gonna pull this up, but I'm gonna turn down my volume.
What?
Whoa. Like, I just want to see what people are commenting different times. What's up, AJ? AJ's here. Yes.
Fuck
Bro.
AJ.
Bro, that looks really creepy, because, like, there's, like, a white light, like, right here. That's really creepy. Like, I don't see it over here. Maybe it's either my blue screen or it's my other light. Okay, continue. Start spitting out raps.
I forgot the whole thing.
Well, I'm just gonna keep reading them.
Keep going.
I'm not gonna finish. Roses are red, violets are blue. There's someone right behind you.
Hi.
I love how you turned around. I honestly wanted to. Then I remembered I'm leaning against my gaming machine. Hello. That's creepy. I thought I saw a face right there. That's creepy. It's just a whole meaning. Warm and juicy. Best served fresh. I love the taste of human flesh. Spit that fire, yo.
I dropped.
No, come here. We're over halfway there. Can you hear the beautiful ring of the bell? That means it's time to drag you down the hill.
Yes. Drag me.
Drag me by my hair. Snatch my weave.
Drag me by my ponytail. Fucking fine.
Roses are red.
Why do you have to stop?
Roses are red. Violets are blue. You'd better run. I'm coming for you. You see I stand on a box. I know how your window unlocks. Finally, to his car, he drove away from there as fast as he could. When he felt safe enough to breathe, a voice from the backseat said, "Leaving so soon?"
Yes.
But, like, muscles now relaxed and still in her bed, young Timmy and Zach leave all left unsaid. A smile Zach cracked, and no Timmy pled. No need to cut further, Mom's already dead. Get back over here, Daddy. Come here. Wrapped in the sheets and cuddled in bed, you foolishly exposed your sweet, precious head. Yummy. Maddie, come here. Did you bring me food? Can you go get me one?
y'all. I'm hungry.
Being one of the first people on the moon has its perks. Being only one to be forgotten doesn't. Please stop, I whimpered as he fastened my other arm to the table. If you let me go, I won't tell anyone. He looked up at me with a wicked smile. How do you think I got you? They gave you to me. Sorry. I've never seen anything like it. The way it screamed and crawled towards me. This thing is supposed to be my little brother. Derek, are you crying, baby? I kept on calling my girlfriend the day they buried me. She wouldn't answer. You know, all that usual stuff. I love it when you don't answer. Huh. Miranda sings? I heard my daughter cry, Mommy, I'm so cold, please let me in. I shut the curtains knowing she won't cry much longer in the snow. Oh, dark. The stew I was eating was delicious and I wanted to give my husband a taste. That's when I found his wedding ring in my bowl, still on the finger. Every morning my husband tells me he loves me. I really wish he'd stop. I murdered him last year, but he still won't leave me alone.
I wonder why.
Okay, I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna tell you what I read in my head. Outside my 3-year-old's bedroom, I hear her say, but Mommy, I don't want to. My voice replies, all little girls stab their daddies. I heard all little girls stab their diabetes.
All little girls stab their diabetes.
Diabetes. My phone likes to tell me there's low disk space all the time.
Laptop.
Oh,
Dum-dum.
boy. Being the first to respond to a fatal car accident is always the most traumatic thing I see as a police officer. But today, when the crushed body of a little dead boy strapped into his car seat opened his eyes and giggled at me when I tried to peel him out of the wreckage, I immediately knew that today would be my last day on the force. A smile of relief washed across his face, even with his arm swallowed nearly to the elbow by the brain. And he said, I think I feel your ring now. I smiled, too, and said, oh, that's great, love. And I know about Vanessa, as I flipped the disposal switch. He stuck his hand down the drain, like the sink drain, because the girl dropped her wedding ring, and he was cheating, so the girl turned on the garbage disposal that takes the knife and cuts up. Yowzers.
Ouch. That probably hurt.
Maybe a little bit.
Don't you
Oh no, this is sad. The dog sits at my gate every morning and night when I leave and come home from work. Even after all this time, she can still smell her owner's blood on her hands. That's so sad.
Poor dog.
I sat on my daughter's bed and sang her favorite song before giving her a kiss on the cheek, just as I've done every night since she was a baby. When I was done and smiled down at her, she whispered, Mommy, please stop, you're dead. Oh. Hello again, AJ. How are you doing? Wait, was that recent or are you just hiding me with this? Oh, like 3 minutes ago. Maybe he's still here. I've been noticing it for months. That tiny leg in my reflection. Not that anyone believed me. Today was different. She didn't even attempt to mimic me. She just stood there smiling. I think she wants to come out.
Oh, wow.
Of the closet? Is she gay? Congrats. Congrats, Mrs. Ghost. Or I should, yeah. The girl pedaled quickly towards her car, droplets of water flying off of her, leaving a trail on the sidewalk. It should have weighed down her body in the river, but as she came closer and the smell of rotting flesh overcame him, he realized it wouldn't have mattered. Don't worry, dear. We're glad to have you for dinner, they said, smiling, as I lay bound and gagged on the floor while they took the last bite of lunch. My husband. That's
I don't believe you.
that's a fat move. That's a oof. That's a oof. 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 Okay. My kids were excited to tell me about the day they just had with their mother. My eyes watered as I pondered how to tell them she died this morning on her way to work. Yee. After dating all through high school and college, our daughter's boyfriend finally came by today to ask my husband and me for her hand. We gave it to him, hoping that he'll finally tell us where the rest of her is. Oh. When I wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of cracking, I'm aware that it is her rigor mortis body snapping unto itself as she crawls down the hallway. I knew it was only a matter of time before she would see her revenge. Yee. Neat boy. My grandmother told me it was a gift to see an angel of death in front of people's houses, to know he would be collecting someone there soon. I thought it was a gift too, until the day I began to see it in front of everyone's house. Soon. The angel of death. She felt the warmth of the sun and she smiled and promised him, I will follow you into the end of time. When she opened her eyes, the pier beneath her had begun to burn. Audra looked across the table to smile warmly at the loving faces of her husband and children. I do so enjoy our time together, she whispered as she gently placed each of their severed heads back into the refrigerator. Is that how you get a man's?
No, it's just cut 'em up.
Keep them in the refrigerator. Through moon and fog, I run branches with the bare legs bloody and race the hot breath that burst from hell against my mate. Going on. Closer until saliva splatters my skin, and the thing with teeth wraps me in its mouth. Yummy. Alright, there's 10 more. I will read these last 10, and then I think I'm gonna end the stream. The smell of my own charring flesh fills my nose as the muffler coughs out its last dying gasps. My only hope is someone seeing my hand that I'm hoping is still stuck in the guardrail above. That one just confused me. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. My daughter walked up to me asking, Mommy, who is that man behind you? I turned with an uneasy feeling to find no one standing there. Looked back to tell her there was nothing there, and there was nothing left but the teddy bear she was holding covered in blood. That's an L.
So she thought it was stolen. She literally, whoop.
She said, yeet. Oh, look at that. I really want to let this all the smoke out, but I don't. It's very cool. Like a jar of moths that I used to keep as a kid that would die.
That's just like, it's like a jar of Mollyism.
It is a jar of Molly. It's always a jar of Molly. I used to love hearing those sounds. These sounds. The bathroom door opening. My girlfriend playfully drumming her fingernails on the sink. And the flat screech of the shower curtain pulling back before she stepped in and joined me. But hearing those drum nailings now as I'm showering before bed on the night of her funeral, stirs up all together new feelings. The mirror had been left to me by my late aunt's estate, stored in the attic and covered in paper. I stared at my reflection, feeling that something was off, but not knowing what, when my reflection winked at me. Is my reflection hitting on me? My reflection is trying to give me more action than I give them. Wait.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I got something in my eye. Okay. Oh, one time my friend was trying to wink at me and she legit just blinked. I breathe in the gas and count back from 10 to get my tonsils removed. Looks like little Timmy finally is going to get a new heart. And I get a new car, I hear the doctor say as I fall into the void. I had often had slightly irrational fear of being stalked or having someone show up in the back seat of my car after leaving a bad relationship. So I got a small car for a sense of security. The day I stopped carrying pepper spray with my newfound courage, the soft breath tickles the hairs on my neck with a soft "found you." Last night, I had a nightmare that I lost both my legs in a gruesome car accident. Then I realized it was only a memory. Ew. I used to be considered the evil twin, but now I'm considered an only child. Everyone complimented my disfigured mask last Halloween, full of hairy puss and scars. Puss and scars. Not puss. Puss.
Puss.
Of hairy pus and scars. But they didn't know when I went home there was nothing to remove. Yuck. Wait, there's more than 50. Okay. We still got more to go. All I could do was stare and watch my father wrap his hands around my mother's neck. But he was already dead, and soon she would be too. From afar, the doll just looked just like her. From close up, she could see it was made out of her lost teeth and dead skin. I couldn't wait any longer to be a mother, so I grabbed the knife to rip the baby from my stomach. That's a not right C-section.
What'd she do? She couldn't wait for the baby?
She couldn't wait to have her baby, so she grabbed a knife from the kitchen and did a C-section on herself.
I can't wait for my baby anymore. I'm a...
Pow! I work at a strip club, and I hate to admit it, but I hear more screams than moans.
Oh my god, I love the bathroom. I know you do.
Gets slipped roofies. I swear I hear my daughter whisper my name. The thing is, though, I'm still pregnant.
Oh, stuff. You're so excited. What's the baby?
How many do I have? This is almost 200. You lied.
Oh.
There's 91.
Oh.
How many more should I read? Or I think I'm gonna skip around. How does that work?
No.
Yes. I like living alone because when I hear faint singing or feel a hand on my thigh, I know it's one of them. She's getting more action from ghosts than from people. Woof.
Can I actually
Okay. My car thumped over something in the road, and the windshield wipers couldn't clear the blood away. I went camping with my 3 best friends, but by the time we were left with nothing but a murderer, a witness, and a dead body. Wait, that's only 3 things.
What is that?
I went with my 3 best friends to. I went camping with my 3 best friends. By the time we left, we were nothing but a murderer, a witness, and a dead body. What is the last person? No, me and my 3 friends. That's 4 people. There's only 3 things. Something's not adding up here. I didn't mind when the rain began to fall, until it hit my skin and burned. L. That is a fat L. Hey, welcome back, Mikey. Ew. I asked the hot guy in my class why he was staring at me. He said that he was actually staring at the demon that was hovering behind me.
Just imagine doing my full back.
I would cry.
Just, you know, there's a demon on your shoulder.
Get out.
Just like tickling your ear.
I tried to check my makeup in the mirror, but my reflection was missing.
Yeah. Probably happens to you because you're so white.
Leave leave James Carley alone.
James Carley.
The Queenie. I scrubbed her blood off of my suit until there was no trace of DNA left, but I needed something to remember the night by, so I kept a handful of her hair. When I checked his browser history, I found the search, how to poison my wife, so I threw down the water bottle he just handed me. Yikes. I think I'm dead, but the other spirits keep telling me I'm alive. Wait, do you think people who are dead say I feel alive on the inside because we always say I feel dead on the inside? Hits blunt. Does Drake really love Kiki? And Risha and KB? Even though he only loves his bed and his mom and he's sorry. Da, da, da. I never meant to make my ex cry. I only meant to make him bleed.
Don't cry. No, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I won't cry.
I didn't run when I saw him, so he didn't make me suffer when he stabbed me. Fine.
Oh, ding, ding.
Ding, la, ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
I texted a stranger, but when they texted me back, they used my full name.
Maurice called Molly.
I felt the barrel against my head for only a second before the burglar did the worst thing possible. He didn't pull the trigger. Yowzers.
Could be me. Just want to die.
I want to.
Come on, just pull it. Just end it. Come on.
That's why I think the best thing if you're in a situation where you're about to die, just literally go up to them and say, "Please kill me." Just do it.
Just go up to him, just grab his gun, just
Hold it to your head and say, "Shoot,
do
please." Like look desperate to be shot. Because I think most of the time they'll be like, "What the frick is wrong with you?" and like take the gun away. Please blow up my brains, Daddy. Blow up my brains, Daddy.
They'll probably be like, oh, you stupid, and pull the trigger. And then boom, done, you're not. You'd be happy, right?
I didn't panic when my best friend Tom started shuddering from head to toe, clutching his stomach and coughing up blood. I panicked when I saw the blood starting to crawl up my leg.
What?
Fun.
I don't get that.
3 cheers for Santa Claus and all the good children who believe. Makes it so much easier, he chuckled, the bells on the trusting little girl's shoes jingling as he dragged the body across the roof and away into the night. Hey Daddy, I'm fixing a little brother for you. He entered the room to find his 8-year-old daughter scooping the eyes of her now blind baby. Ew.
to be honest, I think a little kid would actually accidentally do it.
Yeah, probably.
Like, they probably wouldn't mean to do it. They'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah. There was a knock on my door. But something inside told me not to go open up the closet. Yeah. I sit in the crowded theater. All my life I've been a nobody, a reject, an empty, self-loathing blank. Time for all of that to change, I say to no one in particular, pulling out the gun from under my coat.
Future. I mean, my future is closer.
There was a phone of me sleep. There was a photo of me sleeping on a beautiful red silk on my phone. What I don't know is how the phone got into the coffin with me. I stared at the picture of me and blazoned. I can read an English word. I can English. Oh, congrats! Nick needs three or four subs to get till 300. Mikey just said that. That's cool. Mikey, I got 7 more stories for you, and then I'm gonna call it good for tonight. Or, just kidding, I have 6, because I'm not reading that. Wait, no, 7. It's still 7, whatever. At the expense of the last amputation, the lumbering beast collapsed. Too bad the hunting party couldn't spare a moment while patting each other on the back to notice its mother had witnessed the whole display. Yee. Before I could react, the man produced an axe from his long coat and brought it to the rest of the table before me. I carefully chose my words before saying, even with a receipt, I cannot give you a refund with all those blood stains. My eyes were glued to the scarring images of the horrifying scrapbook I found at my new neighbor's house. As I flipped towards the end of the book, I noticed that there was a blank spot with today's date written below it. We gonna be dead. Before my parents left town for the weekend, they tucked me in and locked my bedroom door and told me there was nothing to be afraid of. The monsters had no way of getting inside the house. If they had stayed a second longer, they would have heard his laughter come from inside the closet. The voices won't stop bothering me to let them free. Maybe it's time to go in the basement and shut them up all at once. Once and for all. My mom couldn't find her yummy lummy baby, even when she called out to her with that ridiculous nickname. At least it was accurate. My sister was delicious. Alright, last one, and then I think I'm gonna end it. Before I can go to sleep, I have to check all the doors around the house. They're all locked. I move on to the next house. Beautiful. Well, ladies and gents, or whoever is here, probably just me, I call this fun time. And yeah, I'm gonna cover my candle and let the smoke be trapped inside my candle. That's a fun way to burn out a candle. And you all have a good night. I'm assuming most of you are from Extract Stream, so I'll probably catch you over there. So, bye-bye. Wait, my mom. Okay. Bye-bye.